Hey guys, how's it going? It's Jewel Tolentino here. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to show you guys what to look out for when booking on Airbnb. So I've used it enough to know what to look out for and how to find a really good place when you are traveling. I recommend Airbnb to my friends and family, and a lot of them always ask me, how do you get started on it? How do you book a place? What do you look out for? So that's what I'm going to be explaining in this video. Before I get started, if you haven't seen my previous video on Airbnb versus hotels, you guys can check that out in the description below. Also, if you are just here to get an Airbnb promo code as a first-time user, you can head down to the description below. Alright, so let's get started. So like I said, I've used Airbnb like 8 times, and I've personally booked all of those times for my friends and family. And each time we've had a place that was really great and really great priced. So I'm going to share with you guys what I look for. So right now I'm on the Airbnb homepage, and let's just pretend that I want to stay in Seattle. So first thing I'm going to do is go to the top, and I'm going to type in Seattle, Washington, and I want homes in Seattle, Washington. We often drive over there, so it's a cool place to check out. Alright, so first thing I want to do is I want to filter some things out. So I want to choose some dates that I want to go. So let's say I want to go here to here. Apply. And then I want to put in the amount of guests because it's usually 3 of us that travel. So I'm going to click apply. Then I want to put the home type, which I always choose entire place. I've never gotten like a private room or shared space. We always rent the entire place to ourselves. So click apply. And then I usually filter down to the price. So what is our budget? So I want it to be less than 200 Canadian a night. Click apply. You can click things like instant book, which means that you can get instantly approved and you can book the place. Sometimes people need to approve you. They need to look at your profile. And then you can go to more filters here, like if you need a specific amount of beds, washrooms, if you only want to stay with super hosts, and if you want certain type of amenities. For example, when we were doing my sister's bachelorette in Arizona, we specifically checked off places with a pool because we wanted a pool because we had like 10 plus people and it was like party with, bachelorette. So we definitely wanted to have a pool. And just a side note, a superhost is a host that does very well on Airbnb, and it's one that can be trusted. So I'm going to click cancel because I don't have any specific filters. And now it's going to show me places under what I've chosen. Now this is going to save you a lot of time. If you don't put these kinds of filters, then you will be spending a lot more time weeding through all of these listings. And if you're going to a main city, there's a lot of listings. So next, as I'm scrolling down, sometimes a map will pop up here. And you can, if you know where you're going to stay, then you can already click on the places that are near your location. But I'm just going to be more general in this specific case, and I don't have a specific location. But in other listings, we needed to be very specific. So as I'm scrolling through, another thing that's going to stand out is the pictures. So I already know that all these listings are going to be below $200 Canadian, but now I want the pictures to catch my eye. So let's see here, there's this place, you can click this arrow, you don't need to click into it. See, so far, I wouldn't choose this place because all they're showing me is pictures of not inside the home. It's like these chairs, a table, that's not even a good view, a view of the city, but like they're not showing the actual home. So to me, this wouldn't be a good listing. Like, I'm not even going to click into this because they're not showing me the right types of pictures. They're literally just showing me chairs and the outside of the house. Now they're showing the inside. But you see, initially, they should be showing the inside first. Another reason why I wouldn't choose this place is that it says it's new. So for me personally, I don't want to stay anywhere unless it has good reviews. It might have few reviews. It can have few reviews, but those reviews need to have a good star rating because I'm going to be staying at this place. So I don't want a place that has bad ratings. Otherwise, I'm going to have a bad time if I stay at this place. Now, I'm not saying that all new listings are going to be bad. I just don't want to be the first one to try them out. I would rather it have a proven record of it being a great place, and then I'm more likely to stay at the place. So first one, right off the bat, I wouldn't stay at that place because no reviews, and the first 12 pictures were not of the actual place. So you can kind of tell that they're new and they don't really know what they're doing at that point, but they'll probably get better as, time goes on with their listing. They'll know to change up their pictures. So let's just look at the next one here. So they have 119 reviews and they look like they have really good ratings, close to 5-star ratings. And you can fit 5 guests and there's free parking. And they've got Wi-Fi and a washer. And so far the first photo looks pretty decent. Let's look at the other photos. There's the outside of the building. That's the lobby. That looks like a cool place. That looks like a funky modern place. You can tell that they've taken effort into their listing. These pictures look very well done. They definitely made some effort into their listing. Now, when I see something that I like, I'm not going to immediately click into it. I want to gather a bunch of ones together and then look at them as a whole. So what I do is I click, if I like this one, I'm going to click the heart and then it's going to add it to a list that you create. So let's say I'm going to put Seattle trip. I'm going to title that Seattle trip. And then every time I go and click the heart, it's going to add it to my Seattle trip listing playlist. Then when I go to saved trips and I click on Seattle, it's going to list all of them there. And then I can go through those ones because I've weeded it out. The way to work Airbnb is to get down to smaller amount of listings until you have 10 or less, and then you can make your best decision. So I'm going to show you some examples of listings that we have previously booked and we have had good experiences in to share with you guys why we chose them. This is my most recent one that we stayed at. This was in Bermuda. We went there in August for my sister's wedding and we loved this place. This by far was my favorite Airbnb to stay at. Not because it was huge or the place was actually amazing, but the host was actually very amazing. She was like a star. So this place was in a place called Somerset Village, which is in the country of Bermuda. And it was enough space for the 3 of us. It was probably one of the smaller locations that we've stayed in, but that was not what we were really looking for because we knew that when we were going to be in Bermuda that we were going to be out pretty much every day at the beaches doing adventures, so we were okay with having a smaller style home. Now I'll show you why we ended up choosing this place. So as you can see, the pictures, they're good. They are professional. The place looks clean. It's fine. It can fit 3 of us. 10 people, 10 recent guests have said this place is sparkling clean, and it really was. Another thing is that it has an easy self-check-in, so it has a keypad, which is very convenient. One of the things that really stood out, and you won't get this very often with the Airbnb hosts, but when you find one that goes above and beyond, this lady did. And when we checked in, she provided a welcome package that had bus tickets, ferry tickets, snacks, and some groceries. So she put milk, eggs, cheese, cereal, like bread, a bunch of things in the fridge for us. Like basically she went grocery shopping for us. And in Bermuda, groceries are expensive. Just give you an example, a loaf of bread can go up to $10 US in Bermuda. And she easily spent, I don't know, like maybe like $70 or more on all that stuff that she bought for us, including bus tickets for all three of us. So this was an Airbnb host that literally went above and beyond. It's one of the reasons why it's our favorite, is because the place wasn't like huge or anything, but the host was amazing. She also delivered like fresh baked goods. Now, like I said, this isn't going to happen every time, but we found one that is amazing. And because of her experience, like I would stay at her place again. So another thing to look at is their description and if they're being detailed, things that they're going to provide for you. You also want to look at the amenities. We obviously wanted to make sure there was air conditioning because it's very hot in Bermuda. We wanted a washer and a dryer so that we can do laundry because we were going to the beach all the time. And, you know, the sleeping arrangements, having one bed and one sofa bed was fine for the three of us. And one of more of the important things is to look at the reviews. So you can see that she's literally had 43 5-star reviews. And not everyone leaves a review, but you can see that that's a pretty good track record. And you can see my review right here, as we just went on and on about how amazing she was. And before we booked this, I read, not if there's like 20 or more reviews, I won't read all of them, but I'll see like the latest 10 reviews and I'll read them and make sure that they're not fake and that they're written from real people, and see what people actually say, because each person focuses on different things. So some people might make a comment on how close it was to certain attractions or bus stops, and some people might comment on how clean and how big the place was. So everyone's going to comment on different things, so I like to read a bunch of those to get a feel for what the place is actually like. So if you go through all those things that I've just listed when you are searching for a place to stay on Airbnb, you will find a great place to stay at. And like I said, all the places that we've stayed at so far have been great. All the hosts have been fine. Cherylan in Bermuda was our favorite by far. And overall, I would say that I prefer staying in an Airbnb over a hotel. So that is it for this video. That is what to look out for when you are making a booking on Airbnb. Again, if you guys are interested in trying it out for the first time, you guys can use my promo code down in the description below. You will get a certain amount off. I believe it's $45 off, and then I'll get something as well. So we both win-win. And if you want to see my other video where I talk about Airbnb versus hotels, you guys can check that out also in the description below. Alright guys, well thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Back from the dead.